My name is Davina Ware with The Complete Leader, and we're back with another episode of Ask a Coach. This is where you, our community, ask burning questions about your career, your work environment, or leadership from our expert faculty. Today, we have with us Dr. Baiya, who is a technology and innovation strategist with nearly 2 decades of experience in innovation in information technology, product development, engineering, and intellectual property strategy. He's the co-author of Innovator's Advantage and Optimizing Strategy for Results. Evans, thank you for being with us today.
Hey, thank you. My pleasure.
Well, we've got another great question that we're going to dive right into from our community. And it says, I'm the manager of a small team, and I have an excellent contributor who I believe is thinking of leaving the company. I can't offer him a pay raise right now. Is there something else I can do to get him to stay?
Wow. That is a loaded question and a very important question, especially if you're a small business and small organization like the person who asked this question. Let's start with the fundamentals. Why is this person thinking of leaving? Is it because of pay and pay alone? If it's because of pay, the way you solve that is different versus if there were other things that were making this person wants to leave the organization. So you really need to understand and why they want to leave the organization or why they would be thinking of leaving the organization. The other part is once you have understood why they're leaving the organization, then you can develop and come up with the right ideas on how to keep them. And let me just say on the onset, you do not have the best ideas on how to keep a great employee. You do not, but the employee does. So it's important for you to realize your job as a leader is to understand the problem. Then from there, the next is to engage that potentially leaving employee and now have a conversation seeking them to give you great answers on how to keep them in the organization. So with that in mind, let's set some basis. Number one, people leave for many reasons. So understanding why they are leaving is important. If it's because of pay, we have many interventions around pay. Pay in terms of cash and salary is just one of many methods of rewarding an employee. So now you may have to think about other rewards, and most likely other rewards that do not cost the company money, productivity, or sacrifice of values, right? So you have to think about those three elements. So yes, money, productivity, and values, right? You cannot afford to lose your values or give up your values so that you can keep an employee. That means the employee is more important than the company. We don't want to go there. You do not want an employee who will actually cost your organization and others from productivity. And of course, in this case, you don't have enough money to pay them, so you don't want to go make commitment of a bunch of money that you don't have, that your investors or other parts of the business may end up suffering. So with that in mind, think about other rewarding cases. There was a study that was done a few years ago that showed actually salary is not always the most important reward system for an employee. They may actually look at other things like time off, opportunity to lead, opportunity to learn, opportunity to be challenged. Maybe they also want to try something completely new they have never done, and they don't feel that this is a comfortable place to do it. Whatever it is, that is important. And depending upon the relationship with the employee, I've had conversation where I would ask the employee, we don't have money to pay you, and we're being very authentic in that conversation, and the employee needs to believe that you're being authentic, and they can give you insight. Is there a life event that is pressing them for more money? And maybe they are planning to become new parents and they need no more money because to support their household, or they just bought a house and they need more money to pay the mortgage, or whatever it is. Sometimes understanding those elements makes helps the employee feel understood, and they may even stay in that everybody's sacrificing. And so I think having a very candid conversation, by the way, does the magic, right? Regardless if you're able to give them money or not. By the way, once you have too much money, that money makes you less authentic in some cases, because they want to leave, just throw the money at it, and then you never get a chance to even spend the time and to consider the employee, or even learn and know the employee. Now think about the reward system. That's one piece. What triggers and what levers do you have that you can be able to move? Then the second thing you could do, this person is looking, especially because of money, if they are living because of money, they are looking for other ways they can generate revenue. So in some cases, in some organizations, we have recommended, since you don't have money to pay them salary, move them to positions that they can earn more commissions. So in that case, they are earning the same salary, but since you are going to designate commissions for sales or customer service or something else, expose them to those opportunities so that they can actually be able to earn money. It's almost like a side hustle, but they're doing it now inside the organization. So they are able to actually not only learn the organization, not only learn the business, not only be part of the business, but actually they are contributing to their own welfare as well. So that is another piece that sometimes you lose focus on, but that is the opportunity where you can still be able to generate more money for the employee by moving them to those positions that there is a possibility of earning more without necessarily giving up on your budget that you may have as a small business owner. The last piece is think about how to tie monetary rewards with non-monetary rewards. For example, we talked about time off. Time off is both a monetary reward and a non-monetary reward, because you can give somebody a time off, but now the impact of that is productivity. So you have to think about that. But there are other things like giving them a promotion. Now, and that promotion could be an interim promotion. So you are not ready to give them the full title with the right amount of money they share, but we can give you an interim position that you can be learning this year, keep them engaged authentically and sincerely. Now you have time to create budgets and find money next year. But they are already contributing to the organization. They are happy. They can see what is coming, and that is important. And so next year you'll be prepared for that. That is really important. The last thing is make your company a great place to work. This means build a good team around star employees. This means they will feel that they are contributing, but there are other people who are challenging them, and they feel they're growing and they're having fun together. One of the reasons star employees leave is because they don't feel that their colleagues match their talent. This is true in life. It's true in a team. It's true in a lot of social structures. So if you are always the smartest person in the room and you want to learn, you say, you know what, I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I need to learn and grow. My people are not helping me grow. Therefore, I will go look for somewhere else. I will go grow. So you need to tie all those elements of making a great place to work by the type of talent you have, surround this person with even better talent, give them opportunity to advance, look at these non-monetary opportunities and keep them happy and engaged. The last thing, for you as a leader, as you're having these conversations and considering all these elements, be authentic. Make sure you are having candid conversation with the employees. If they know, for example, you, Mr. Boss, Mrs. Boss, you make $500,000 a year. They make $40,000 a year. And they come to you and ask you for a raise, and you tell them there's no money. What do you think they will feel? They're not going to feel that you're being authentic. They will think it's all about you, and the company is all about you and your selfishness and all those things. So if you came to the same $500,000 CEO and a $40,000 dollar employee, you had this conversation, a very candid conversation, and you said, I'll find a way to give you that $10,000 raise. That means that you are actually being considerate. And if you truly value them, with a large disparity in salary, I would be more than willing to help and give some raise to my star performing employees, because they're the ones who give me the merit to get my $500,000 salary. So these conversations need to be authentic and they need to be human, because this person may not be wanting to leave the organization because they just, they may have a real human need. And you need to listen and you need to solve whenever you can. And if you can't, make that conversation not only human, but make sure that both sides have been heard, they understand why you cannot give them a raise, and you also understand why they need to a raise and why they're thinking of leaving. That has to be very clear, because others around them will also see and they will be asking, oh, no, the star employee left. I guess we also need to leave as well. So it's really important, but it's really important how this is handled, because even the others will feel, oh, you listened to him or her and a good conversation, it could not work out. So that at least there will be that clear understanding. So whatever you do, consider all these factors. Be authentic, be human, be a good listener, and do your very best to demonstrate that you care. Because once you care about the employees, they will care about your company, and you'll make a star employee even better.
Excellent. So it's important that this leader gets behind their assumption in order to diagnose and address the issue. Because if you assume, then how do we know? That doesn't help. So lots of great key points, lots of great key details that I think this leader is going to be able to take away from your session. So thank you so much, Evans. Thanks for being with us today and providing your great insight. This wraps up this episode of Ask a Coach. If you have a question that you'd like to submit to our expert faculty, you can send us an email at info@thecompleteleader.org, and we will see you in the next episode.